silence. Hello and welcome to Bonus Action Heroes, Play Curse of Strahd. It feels facetious. What happened last time? Oh my god, Foundry's already kicked me out.
So, we investigated the orphanage. Generally creepy. There's a little boy in the loft. He seemed creepy. He was called creepy. He was called weird.
And
Mick
did a
had,
spell.
yeah.
And noticed there was a fiend in the building.
Yes. My familiar detected a fiend.
So we left it at, you sort of left, had a chat about it, went back in and went, Headmistress, there's a fiend in your building. Can we go look upstairs? And didn't find anything in the loft, but headed back downstairs and Darzin, attempting to detect thoughts, heard a monstrous voice, and then it realised he was doing that and had heard him, and this black, smoky humanoid figure appeared, seemingly out of this boy, and the boy keeled over, which is where we left it. I would love to start combat if this would work for me. Matt isn't here today. Does anyone want to play Absence, or I can do it?
If it's a monk, I'm happy to do it during combat.
Yeah? I'll give you control if I can get into the server.
Yeah. Does he have anything I'm not supposed to read on his profile though?
I'll have a check. I don't think so. Right, let's try Chrome. This was fine last week.
Oh,
I only got kicked out like 4 times.
the delightful problems of Foundry. It's a wonderful system, but
It is a wonderful system.
I still have control of Mick from when Nick was away the other week as well, which you can remove.
No, make it. Why did you tell me? You could have just moved him about.
I wouldn't do that. I'm not chaotic. Much.
No, you're lawful.
I am.
You're the only one of us that turned up evil.
Who? Me?
Hmm.
I wasn't evil, was I?
Yeah, you were lawful evil, weren't you?
No, lawful neutral.
Oh, sorry.
How dare you?
Awkward.
Cast aspersions on my character.
Whilst I'm attempting to get in, shall we say, the headmistress will poke her face in and say, "Oh wait, sorry. I want to suck your blood." What is that? Children? And she'll sort of run into the room next door where the 2 girls and the baby were. Come downstairs now.
Oh, it's happening again. Brace yourselves.
I would have loved to have made a joke about slamming the door on people, but unfortunately, Dawson wasn't there to witness that. Fuck.
Are you all in?
Yes.
Yes.
This is killing me, dude. Well, this is clearly becoming more and more of a problem every time.
What are you doing? What are you doing to it?
I don't know.
Operator error.
It's not the WebGL because I've repeatedly fixed that. I don't understand how we can have any graphics problems because it's, like I said, a gaming laptop, but I mean, while you're there, I can roll. I can do things. Can you roll initiative without me putting you into combat?
That's a good question. Should be able to. Um,
I don't think I'm supposed
where is that?
Oh, hello. Here I am. Fucking hell.
It just wanted to be an inconvenience.
I mean, it's going to happen again, let's be honest, so I'll keep my dice here.
I'll wait until you initiate combat for Milton, I think.
Here we go. Let's put some music on. Got absence, roll 4. And while I'm here, give absence to Nick. And take ownership of Nick away from Milton. All the way to here. And at the top of the round, we have Darzin. What you gonna do?
So can we see the shadow thing, or is it just attached to the child?
You
Felix.
can see the shadow thing. So the child has sort of keeled over on his bed, and this thing has emerged and is sort of stood behind him.
Okay. Well, I suppose the natural thing to do would be to panic slightly. And then I'm going to open with we'll say a first level magic missile.
Hit me.
So that's 8 damage.
8 damage. Let me just check something. What kind of damage is magic missile?
Force, I think.
4.
Yeah, I think it's force.
8
Yeah.
damage it does. You find your mark.
And then he's going to kind of like back up to stand on top of one of these beds. And then just shout to everyone else going, I think I found the monster, the fiend. And that'll be it for him.
Lovely. Alessander.
Does the child look alive?
Um, yeah, you could see its chest moving up and down.
And the creature isn't holding it or anything.
No, it's just stood behind it. I say stood, hovering.
So is the creature like there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm
Oh,
gonna.
wait, is it still invisible? Okay, my bad.
Ah.
There's the
Hey!
creature.
Oh shit!
That now makes far more sense. I'm gonna try and run up, and if the child's on the bed, can I kind of drag the child away from the monster?
Yeah, go for it. That's fine. You
So
don't have to
do I
roll
ha-
anything for that. You've moved children before.
I'm getting pretty practiced at
Especially
it as
limp
well.
ones.
So if I can, 1, 2, I'll try and 1, 2, 3, drag it. I'm gonna try and drag the child then back out into the hallway when I can figure out how to get out. So I'll try and bring him out here to everyone else.
Is that
Yeah.
lovely?
And then why am I doing this? I'm too much of a coward for this, but I'm gonna run back in. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna do anything fancy.
And Sandy runs back in, going, "What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing?"
Why am I doing this?
That takes us to the demon. So it was Darzin that sort of woke the boy up. So, follow me, Darzin.
Aye.
It will swoop over to you and lash at you with its black, tendrily hands. Oh. But its attention is drawn away as it realizes its host is being dragged out of the room. You're okay.
Hooray. At least it went for me instead of taking an opportunity attack against the child when Alessandra pulled them away. Which is what I was terrified about.
I ummed and ahed about it, but it doesn't make sense. 5, 10. He will move over here, trying to keep its host in view, and that will be its turn. Mick.
Mick is not happy about this, so she's gonna bonus action cast hex on it. So move her arms about and put a basically a curse on him or them, whatever they are. And then she's going to focus both her arms forward and shoot a blast out of her hands, which sort of drags some of the air from the room within it. That's an Eldritch Blast. So
Hits.
and it hit, and let's check from bonus plus from Hex and Blinsky because of the my subclass. Right. So that's some of it is force. The 1d6 is necrotic, and the 2 is thunder.
Okay. Okay. Oh, this thing is a lot of things. Okay. That does a lot of damage.
Right. Yeah, so it's basically 14 points of force damage, 3 points of necrotic damage, and then 2 points of thunder damage.
Yeah, you
That-
see it really sort of. It's smoky, and yet you can see it take that blow and it sort of lurch back with the force as it hits it. Anything else?
Yeah, I'm gonna immediately get out of this room. She knows she's the blast and sees the case. She gets excited for a second. And she will walk out and guess she cover into the next room. And that's the turn.
Okie dokie. Milton.
Milton will cast protection from good and evil on Alessander, which means I think it will have disadvantage on attacks against you, and it can't charm you in any way. And with that, I will brace myself and attempt to leave the room. Alessander, you've got this.
Okie dokie. Opportunity attack.
Yeah.
You've got this, buddy. Bye.
No.
Oh.
Yeah, that hits. Oh, you're kidding.
Holy
That
shit.
can't be right. That can't be right.
4d6 and 8d6. Oh, it's done both.
D6 plus 3, or if it has advantage. Okay, no. So it's the
I mean, it is a critical, so it's 2d6, so it's 4d6 plus
4d6
3.
plus 3, so 15. That doesn't make
That's
sense
more like
to me.
it.
There. I didn't think I'd done such an awful thing to you.
And I maintain concentration on my protection from evil and good.
Thank you for remembering that, because I definitely didn't.
Foundry reminded me.
Absence. Mick, can you use absence?
Yes, I can. Absence will think bravely and foolishly walk into the room. And
My instructions from Matt are he is very angry at the demon.
alright. Okay, so you definitely walk in there. And it's a monk, so it's gonna hit it with Thea.
That hits.
Okay, guessing does burst all damage. 7 points of piercing damage.
Doesn't seem to do the damage he'd expect, but this is something Absence is getting quite used to.
Right. So he's gonna do an unarmed strike. Just gonna try to kick it. Since it is a fear not hit. No.
Oh no
Yeah.
no no no.
But
No
no.
no no no
Not
no.
happening. Okay. I think he's gonna. He's gonna spend 1 key point to do Step of the Wind, taking the disengage action, and move here. Does he have an additional speed? What's his speed? It's 40 feet. Okay. Gonna move on the bed.
He
He's gonna-
bounces from bed to bed.
Yes, basically he's gonna take a few steps back and keep himself safe. Yeah, that's his turn.
Lovely, thank you. Irina is out of the room. To be honest, she's probably going to avoid this combat and make sure that the others get out on this turn. So I'll take that opportunity to move all of the innocent people. Oh no, that's not what I wanted to do. Downstairs. There we go. They're all safe. Felix is not currently conscious, which takes us back up to Darzin.
So I'm going to use a bonus action to provide bardic inspiration to Alisandir. Because
You do that.
So that's one thing. I realised I could have done that on my first turn, but I'll do it now. And then I'm gonna just throw a firebolt at it and hope for the best. I did not hope hard enough.
You did not. Its main attention has been on you, so it sees it coming. I also like the idea that you whip out a loot and you're just like, I got you, babe, and Alessander is suddenly inspired. Anything else?
No, he's still pressed up in the corner as much as he can be while standing on top of someone's bed.
Lovely. Alessander.
So Alexander trying to keep attention away from the innocent people running down the hallway is gonna be an idiot boy and step up and attempt to attack it with his short sword.
You can use 1d6 bardic inspiration for.
How long does bardic inspiration last?
10 minutes.
Okay, I'll keep that for now then.
That hits.
So that's 20 to hit.
Mhm.
It's only the 6 damage because I don't have sneak attack because no one's near it.
Again, doesn't do the damage you thought it would. Can't do math. Okay.
Okay, and with that, I'm going to bonus action disengage and move to one of the other corners. Just generally like chuntering to myself about the fact that this is really fucking stupid.
Cute little slumber party
Okay.
going on here. Lovely. Felix will, not Felix, the demon, but he will head over to Felix out of the room, where he will encounter you, Milton,
Oh,
who he is
hi.
already injured. This may be a bad idea. Nah, I love killing you guys.
That is not enough.
I didn't think so. Okay then. Its attention is between you and Irina, and it doesn't know who to lash out at, and it misses. And it is going to. No, that was his action. That's stupid of me. It will stay there for now. What happens? Nick.
Right. Nick, seeing it come this way, realizes can't really walk out of the door safely. So she's gonna take a few steps back and throw another Eldritch Blast at it.
Uh-huh.
Yes. Got one to see it. Oh no, hold on. That's I did that wrong. So that's 7 plus 5. That's 12 to hit.
This
Misses. Okay. So that's just gonna run over here and fall prone and get out of the bed. And that's a turn.
that's
Cauliflower is with her in a backpack or something.
Oh yes,
Just for
sorry.
easiness. Yeah.
Cauliflower's not there, is she?
Yeah, just for easiness, you would have just flown back there.
Milton.
Milton goes to reach for his hammer, realizes it's not there, and instead makes some mutterings under his breath, and moves his hand mystically and will cast Soul of Dead. It's damaged. Oh, it's a
Saving through.
wisdom.
How wise is this thing?
Oh.
Not wise enough.
So that will be. That's the versatile version, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. How dare you?
12 necrotic.
Yeah, you can see as that bell tolls above it, its whole form sort of shudder, vibrate. Anything else?
Well, that's enough of that now. That's it.
Then absence.
Absence is annoyed. The thing left the room. I'm just gonna go after it. Gonna be brave and knows it's not gonna work well, but he's gonna go for another rain spear attack. It's in the adventure. To hit.
FO hits.
And he's gonna spend a key point, do an extra hand of harm. That's 11 points of basic damage plus. How does this work? Let's see. So 1 plus his wisdom with fire, which is plus 2, so that's 3 points of necrotic damage extra. What he did.
3 points of necrotic.
Down, and
And
then
the spear. Okay.
and then he's just gonna try to give it a nice. Well, it's an arm strike, so he's gonna try to get it with his horns. I don't know if that's what he'll do, but I thought. Just I'm not familiar with this. Yeah, there it is. An arm strike. 14 hit.
Hit.
That's okay. That's gonna put another key point. Do an extra. It's 5 bludgeoning, and then. Actually, you can only do that when an arm strike, so the previous one doesn't count. So, let's say he did in that. He can only use it once per turn anyway. I don't know how to play this. So, yeah, 5 points of bludgeoning damage. That's it. You can't move.
I wouldn't have known how to play him anyway.
Yeah, it's a new subclass.
Irina is there. What can she do? she's going to see that it's taken a liking to Milton and give you 5 hit points. Oh wait, Milton's fine.
What happened? Did I just get healed?
Yeah, 5 hit points. But that was too much. I'm very confused.
I should be down 15. So let me take that off.
So now you're down 10.
Right, I'll just take 10 off. -10.
And oh, she's a bit backed in the corner here. But she's brave. She's not going to head downstairs. She will stay there. Felix doesn't. It's not looking good.
No, it's quite awkward. I did have a
I
plan.
don't know how Smoke Monster looks not good. It looks less corporeal.
I did have a plan, but it's a little on the dangerous side if he tries it now. So he's just going to try and awkwardly throw another firebolt over the top of Absence after stepping forward a little bit.
Go for it.
Nope, fuck that one too.
Alright.
Nope, well, that's it for Dawson then.
Alessander.
So he's gonna run up, and if he's, would he manage to stand over the child, or would he be stood on the child?
You could move through the child. Oh, it's prone on the floor. I'll allow that. You could stand a leg either side. It's a small child.
Yeah, he kind of wants to protect the child, but he's also now a little bit worried that it's gonna stab him in the artery in his thigh. And then he will take a dagger attack at the demon.
Mhm.
That's 18 to hit.
It hits.
And then that would be 5 piercing damage and 10 sneak attack damage.
Gotcha.
And then I will do 2 weapon fighting and take another dagger attack at it with my bonus action. It's 15 to hit.
Hit.
And then, oh, I haven't set this as an offhand one. 1 second, so that's just 1d4. Just 1 damage.
Actually, half a 1. We'll just call it 6. We'll call it 1. Okay.
And that's
So
the end of my go.
attempts to dodge, but you managed to find purchase somehow. And that takes us to the demon, which is going to use its turn.
Make it disappear like that.
To disappear.
It did for a
It's-
second. I was very
We can
concerned.
still see it, by the way. Oh, it's gone now.
Oh no.
You will see its look sort of around, all of you surrounded, and its form will just be sucked back into the child on the floor. That's its turn. Hey,
Well, I can't see it, so that's a problem. Shit. What should do? When it disappeared, what did that look like?
It looks a little like when you go into your ring.
Right, he disappeared back into. So did he go into the child then? Oh,
Into the child, yeah.
okay. So where is the child approximately?
Under my feet.
Is it? Okay. All right. So it's not a token on scene.
It's sort of hidden
I was
underneath
like,
Alessander there.
Right. Okay. Oh shit. I was not expecting that. Okay, seeing that, Mick will walk out of the room and oh, there. Ask everyone, "Oh, what happened? Where did it go?"
It's gone back into the kid there.
Alessandro will just be kind of like jumping from foot to foot, trying not to tread on the child, but absolutely terrified that for a minute he thought that the demon was trying to enter his shoes.
Um.
We need to separate it from the child.
Okay. So definitely not kill the child.
If we kill the child, can we bring it back? The child, that is.
Yeah, could we?
I can't.
Oh shit.
Um.
But I could make sure it's possible within 10 days.
I don't know whether that helps me. Should I not attack the child? I want to attack the child then. But I think that's what we all agreed on.
Well, it's not something I think I can condone, Mick, but when's that ever stopped you before?
I mean, if you make sense, I'll listen to you.
I'd rather not.
Right then. Mick will hold her action to attack the creature if it comes out of the child.
Understood.
And move back, and that's the end of the scene.
So, would you like to become a child killer?
You know, I've. What have I got? What have I got? On the off chance, I'm going to move up to the child and cast Lesser Restoration, even though I think it might not work. Milton's desperate.
Yeah, it has no effect. The child is was already sort of waking up from its unconsciousness, a bit woozy, but it's not a result of your spell.
Felix, are you okay? How do you feel?
The child will look around and say, "Please, don't hurt me."
It's okay. You're safe here.
Anything else?
No.
Ah, the problems of demon possession. Absence. What would absence do? And he wouldn't hurt the child. Would you like him to hold an action, Nick? Like you did?
Yeah, that will make sense.
Fab? that takes us to Felix, who is going to bolt. So 15 to get to the bottom of the stairs.
Is there any way I could use my reaction to grab him?
I should have an opportunity attack like a grapple.
Yeah, if you wanted to
Yeah.
try and grapple, yeah.
Okay.
I'd get one too.
That's-
So
Can I say, so I've cast Hex on the creature, so the creature will have disadvantage on strength checks. I don't know if that extends to Felix.
Not when he's in his body.
I can't imagine Felix would have a particularly high strength, so I'll attempt to grapple as well.
Do you want to give
Yeah.
someone an advantage, or both have a go?
Milton, I'm going to guess you're going to be stronger than me, so I'm more than happy to give you advantage.
Yeah, I think I am stronger. Apologies if I roll bad. So is it just a strength check?
Yeah, just strength.
Oh, that was... Oh, I don't need to roll again.
You have a squirming child. I'll put him back here.
Oh, easy now, easy.
So that's all it can do. It can just try to get out on its next turn. Irina is confused because what else would she do? Darzin, anything different you want to do, or is everyone sort of going, "Don't hurt the child"?
I do have a question. If I make an attack that requires the target to hear, would I be able to target the possessing creature and not the child, or would it be both, since the child's technically possessed?
I can't tell you that, but you can make a... what would it be? A nature check to see if you know.
Got a 14.
I don't know that you've had any experience of demons, but so you're very on the fence about this, but you think whilst it's in its host, you'd be attacking its host.
Okay, in that case, just to make everything slightly more awkward for the demon whilst it's in Felix, I will use hideous laughter to force Felix into a laughing fit. So can I have a wisdom saving throw?
Yes, you can.
Yeah, that's a fail.
Children are shit, aren't they?
So Milton is now holding a child that is just laughing at everything.
Yeah. It transforms from this writhing, well, it's still writhing and wriggling and saying, "Let me go! Let me go! What's going on?" Yeah. So that takes us to Alessander.
Hazel's gone.
It's the terrifying thing I could ever imagine.
We'll just say, like, Darzin would have, like, he'd have moved up a little bit. But we'll say, like, he's patted someone and going, "Oh, don't worry, you should learn to never trust anyone in Barovia, not even your shadow. Everyone's always being a bit too shady."
Very nice.
Oh god. Okay.
Yeah.
Alexander's a bit freaked out. The now maniacally laughing child is terrifying him. So he is going to grab one of his daggers. He's going to hold it to the child's throat, and as well as he can with the child wriggling around as much as he is, can he see any like glint of otherness in the face of the child? Like, does it look like the demon is looking out of its eyes or anything like that kind of weird shit?
Appearance-wise, it looks like a child. It's not got like black eyes, like absence, or.
Okay.
You want to do an insight? Roll an insight.
Not very good at insight, but okay. Oh, 16.
It's difficult because it's laughing,
Yeah.
but it's the way it says. What? What are you doing? I am just a child. Which just isn't what a child would say.
Okay, so along with that, I'm going to grab hold of its face. So dagger in one hand, face in the other, and like, get out of that child, because if I have to, I will cut you out of it. And I'm hoping I can lie about the fact I will cut the
Do you
child.
want to intimidate it?
Could I deception? Because we all know I'm not going to do this.
Also,
And what was bardic inspiration? Can I use that?
an extra d6.
And will it work on this?
It's ability saves, attack rolls, and I don't know whatever else. I'll have a look.
That's a check.
Could be used on one ability check, attack roll, saving throw.
Ability check, that's fine.
An extra 2, so I'm at 14. It's a little shake in my voice.
Where's Felix gone? I've only got his demon. There he is.
Also, for a note, seeing as he's affected by hideous laughter, he's considered prone, which would have been awkward for Milton to keep a hold on. But he's also considered incapacitated until he makes a DC 14 will save at the end of each turn.
Cool. Oh, that's great. So incapacitated and... Oh, so what was that altogether for you, Alessandra? 14?
14.
Sort of bleeding through these fits of laughter, you will see this... what you can only describe as evil grin as it stares you back in the eyes. It says, you'll just have to kill me. I'm gonna say, but it will still attempt to get away. I want to take you out of initiative because you have it. It's both grappled and incapacitated.
I kind of want to stab it,
But
I can't.
there's still opportunity for things to happen. So we can talk more freely, but I'll keep the initiative order just in case we go back into anything like that.
It's very much in there.
Does anyone know how to separate a child from a demon?
Do I look like the kind of person who knows how to separate demons from things?
How does a person that knows how to do that look like?
Anyone that wants to could make a nature or a religion check to see if you know how to separate demons and children.
I'll have a go at that.
Yeah, Mick might have heard of something like that growing up, where she grew up.
I'm going to pretend that if Dawson knows anything, it's from stories, rather than his actual know-how.
Oh dear.
Dawson, You might have heard a story about somebody who became possessed by a demon when they picked up a cursed item. That's what I'll give you.
Helpful. So I'll relay that and be like, I've heard some people can get cursed from items and the like and whatever else. So maybe the child's carrying something that's brought this about. The alternative is you just kill the child, which, from the looks of you, I don't think is something you'd be inclined to do.
Oh, let's try searching him first. Search him if you like. I'll try and keep hold of him.
Shall I try searching him?
Yeah.
What kind of check? Sleight of hand?
You've got it. He's wriggling, but he is both incapacitated and grappled. So I will say you could do that without doing a check. It's just a bit fiddly. So on him, you would find a dagger tucked into his boot. And
I'm pocketing that.
The little rascal.
A small gold locket around its neck.
Okay, so I'm probably going to pick the wrong one here, but the locket gives me the heebie-jeebies. So I'm going to kind of pull some of my sleeve up over my hand and use that to remove the locket. So I'm not touching it with my own flesh.
You can do that.
And I will inform Milton and Mick and Aslan, who might know a bit more about this than I do, and probably put it on the floor.
Darzan will just instantly stomp on it for the sake of.
Do you want to do an unarmed attack?
Sure. It's my 0 unarmed damage. 13.
Yeah, you did it.
I do 0 bludgeoning damage with an unarmed strike.
We'll call that a 1. You do a little dent.
I've hurt my foot.
I will try to blast it. That's alright.
Yeah.
$14 hit.
Yeah, that hits.
$17 points of force damage.
You will. The force will sort of make the locket skid back across the floor, and you can see it sort of crumple under the magical damage.
It would also get a 1d6 necrotic damage. I don't know if that applies because the hex is on the creature, but I'm rolling it and you get to decide whether it applies or not.
No, it's not the creature you're attacking the locket, so no.
Yeah. That's what I'll try.
The locket's going to be of like the kid's long dead mother, isn't it? And it's going to be the dagger that I've just pocketed that's cursed.
The locket looks in really bad shape, but that's
Well,
all
keep
I can
going.
tell visually.
Don't stop now.
Really tempted to hit it. Darzan will throw a firebolt at it as well.
Yeah, go for it.
I was really tempted to use shocking grasp, but that would involve touching it. Okay, get out of the way. And then the damage is 10.
What does fire do to metal?
Melts it.
Yeah, it's It's a horrible. It's lost its form. It was just in a sort of oval shape, and now it's sort of melting into the floor.
And I'll be keeping an eye on the child as this happens. Any change in their demeanour.
You would notice the child is still there, assumably maniacally laughing. How long does that last?
About a minute.
A minute. Yeah, we're still in a minute. But a look in his eyes change from intent to fear.
The child's eyes, or is this still looking like there's this is the demon's reaction?
Insight? Because it's laughing, so it's not just that easy.
Guidance.
If you give the child a light slap, it'll probably snap out of the laughter.
Okay, 1 second. And guidance is a D4, isn't it?
D4.
You're not sure.
9. No, I'm not used to children.
You think it's a childlike look that you've seen before, this fear in a child's eyes, but then again you've been fooled at every step along the way. You second guess yourself and you're not sure.
The dagger that I took off him, I'm also going to drop and be like, "Oh, it was just a dagger. Not completely sure. Maybe we should burn this one too."
Take a look at it. Is there any detail on it? Is anything unusual about it?
Is there anything unusual about it?
It's a very basic looking dagger. A bit rusty, to be honest.
Does it mean it can't be evil?
Like everyone's in silence now, being like, "Do we hit the dagger or do we keep hitting the locket?"
I'm going to hit the locket with a sacred flame and try and do some radiant damage.
Just do the damage. It can't make a saving throw. It's an item. I mean, it already looks bad. Now it's got scorch marks on top of it being melted. As this awkward silence passes, I assume at some point the hideous laughter would drop. And this kid, breathless from a minute's ceaseless laughter, will sort of look up and round at all of you. Is it gone?
Insight check.
Go for it.
Guidance on myself, if I may.
Yeah. You just...
Insight.
Yeah.
Do I need guidance?
Nah. This child is trembling in your arms. If this were still possessed by a demon, it's a bloody good actor.
Felix, where is it gone? Do you know? The creature that was hiding out inside of you.
He will lift a trembling hand and point at the locket on the floor.
Are you sure?
Get it away! Don't touch it. When you touch it, it gets inside you. It made me do. I remember some terrible thing.
Whatever it made you do, that wasn't you. That was the creature. Don't feel bad about that. It wasn't you.
Killed my demon! And it's just breaking down in your
Oh.
arms.
I think our next course of action is quite obvious. She gets ready to throw another Eldritch Blast at the locket. Is everyone right with that?
Yep, keep hitting it.
Yes.
It's an 18.
Yeah?
17 points of force damage.
Damage you do. Jeez.
Keep rolling 10s. Ridiculous. Roll 10s twice in a row.
Tell us his Eldritch Blast doesn't do that when he's got 2 blasts.
Right. I am going to
Good rolls.
put us back into initiative for the time being as the demon re-emerges from the locket. And it is going to... So we'll say the locket, you've managed to push it sort of over here, so where's the demon?
Oh no. This is a terrible result. It's not what I was hoping for at all.
And it is going to attempt to possess
No.
Mick.
No, it shouldn't. Why you do?
Please make a DC 13 wisdom saving throw.
No, I can't. I'll try.
Oh!
Nice.
Oh, Mick.
Oh, look.
You are no longer Mick. You can see what's going on and you can think for yourself, but your body is inhabited by something stronger,
Oh,
darker. And with that, Mick. So again, you'll see the demon briefly appear and then disappear into Mick.
yeah.
Mick, I'd like you to try and run down the stairs. Does anyone want to try and stop her?
I'll run here
Yep.
and I'll jump out of here, I guess.
Oh yeah, you don't have to go through them.
No. 10. Do I need to roll anything to jump?
It's a pretty easy jump. But just in case, yeah, do athletics or acrobatics, whichever you prefer. And if you roll terribly, no, you're fine. You're fine. So that was 5, 10. I'm gonna move you downstairs. This isn't where I expected this to go. 20, 25, 30. You're out the front door.
Excellent. Can I do anything else or have any other control over what's happening?
Since it's your turn, you can make another wisdom save at the end of your turn. Yeah.
Voting.
You do it.
Okay.
Your general fear is enough to will it outside of you.
And I'm alone with it.
Let's toggle it. There we go. It's visible again.
Okay.
Milton,
Down the stairs after it.
why is it always a clusterfuck?
That's how we roll.
There you go.
Oh, yeah. One sec. Sacred Flame.
saving throw.
Oh,
Yes.
when you have a moment, can you also move Crawford?
Sorry. Yes.
It's alright. I only just realised I can't see down there either. He's just above Alessandro.
Oh, I've just given you a second, Crawford. That was probably not a good idea.
No, it's
That works.
it's
Yeah.
good call. Yeah.
There are many ravens, crows, and Ravenloft. Does that do nothing then?
that will do nothing. It's only a cantrip. Yeah.
Anything else? Any more movement?
Um.
You did about 15.
Oh, what will I do? No, I'll try and I'll go up to the back of the room here. That's it.
Everyone's so cowardly. What would absence do? Would you like me to move him downstairs?
Yes, please. Just
That would take
I've-
him 5, 10, 15. So you'll get to the top of the stairs with 25 feet of movement left.
Yeah, I can get there.
Mm-hmm.
Attack with the spear first. Don't do anything. What do you, no. Yeah, yeah. Ooh,
Yeah.
so 11 plus basic damage. And it'll follow up with a punch.
Bad.
It's 9.
That doesn't hit. So the first attack, it just seems to be shrinking its form while simultaneously doubling over. Its tendrils dissipating in the wind behind it, but it is still standing.
That's his turn.
Felix sits there and cries about how a demon made him kill his parents. Irina comforts him. Doesn't.
You muted, pal.
I am indeed. Thank you. Dawson would like to move as much as he can onto the stairs.
5,
I
10,
think.
15, 20, 25, 30. You'd get to the top of these stairs, which I would allow as
An option to see.
you'd see it, yeah. So let me move you down and you'd be sort of there at the top of the stairs, but
Okay.
not on the floor level, as you get me.
I now get to do the thing I intended to. So with my last second level spot, I would like to use Dissonant Whispers. So can I have a DC 14 Wisdom save?
Come on.
Oh,
Beats it. He's still
DM, you don't have to look so happy.
he'll still take some damage, but he won't have to take the full amount, and then we also won't have to run away from me.
What kind of damage?
It is psychic, and they take half of the total.
How would you like to do this?
Yeah.
It will just be Darzin walking down the stairs, bitterly whispering abuse at it, being fucking things like possessing kids. Like, what's the point? We know it's Barovia. It's hard enough for everybody. Just stop pestering everyone and just fuck off back to where you came from.
You'll hear in your psychic link with the creature this ethereal scream as it just dissipates into mist and is gone.
Where did it go, Dazin? Where did it go?
I think I cursed it to death. Like the The rude cursing, not the actual cursing.
All right. Did we do all that and not kill the child?
Yeah, it's not in me anymore. Don't kill me.
As soon as Mick started running off, being like possessed by a devil, Alexander, who's been through a lot with Mick, will run after Mick. So by the point he actually gets there, Mick's probably no longer possessed. And if Alexander can tell this, he'll probably hug Mick.
Okay. Thank you. How long does it last?
At the discomfort, Alexander will figure out that this is now just weird and let him go. Let her go.
Thank you. Thank you. That was an appropriate amount, I think.
Okay.
Is it dead?
Seems to be.
Is the child okay?
What's her face? Irina will be sort of helping it downstairs. And Miss Velasco will step out of the living area, close the door behind her, and you'll see her rush over to Felix and then stop herself. What happened? Felix? Are you okay? And the child will just continue to sob on the floor. It's having a real bad time.
I think young Felix here will need some special care and attention. You saw with your own eyes what was troubling him. We think that threat has ended now. But the young boy has seen and experienced a lot of trauma. Please take care of him.
Of course. We are safe now? Felix is safe now.
It would seem everybody's safe now here.
Mick will whisper to Alexander. I don't think anyone's safe here ever.
Same here. Like this, the sentiment just seems a bit unjust, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I'm sorry that I don't know how to repay you, but thank you. Of course, I will take good care of him, all of them. I don't know where you left Myrtle. I think Myrtle's still upstairs. Let me get her.
Oh God.
Win some, you lose some.
Oh no!
What if after all of that the demon did? If the demon had got Myrtle and we'd had to kill her.
So when she sees everything's okay, she'll usher Myrtle over to you as well, and she'll, as she usually does, gravitate to Irina. Are you leaving this one in our care as well?
Perhaps that would be our reward.
For the first time since you've met her, she will smile at you. It would be our pleasure. And please, come say hello whenever you want. It is difficult for a child to transition, and I'm sure she would appreciate a familiar face.
Like so many of the children we've encountered in these lands, this one also has seen a fair share of things no child should ever see. I'm sure you know what's best for them all.
It is not the first time I have had to deal with such things.
And Alexander will put his hands over Myrtle's ears and just go, and if anyone is to show her any kind of interest that seems inappropriate, please warn them that there are quite a few people who will gut them alive.
I shall ensure she is protected.
Good.
I
Job done.
appreciate the sentiment. Forgive me. I'm going to take Felix upstairs. Thank you all again. And she will disappear with her new charges. Irina will say her goodbyes to Myrtle, who she has sort of formed a bond with, reassuring her that she'll be back, etc., etc. And, yeah. You killed a demon without killing a child.
Hey, who would have thought we've evolved? Or was it an accident? I'm not too sure.
I really thought you might just kill the child.
I was
I
tempted.
was excited for it.
I think we were all tempted.
My next move was
Yeah.
to cast silent image of the child so it looks like a demon, and then everyone taxes. So it was very close.
Where to, gang?
I think Alexander will turn to Irene and be like, do we have to go visit the, I'm calling him a baron, but it's not. What is he?
Burgomaster.
Yes.
Did I
Yes.
say that right?
He was expecting us tomorrow, not today.
Tomorrow. Okay. Oh, bloody hell, yeah, it was only this morning, wasn't it?
It was. We have achieved a lot in a morning.
I wanted to do some shopping.
I could do some shopping as well, but I don't have any money.
I don't have much, but hopefully it's enough. I miss my hammer.
You can head back to the town square. Absence will tell you he would like to just head back to the inn and just spend some time on his own in the room if he can.
Irina, could you guide Absence? He will need his blindfold back on again.
Oh, yes, of course.
Sorry, Absence. I
Irina
think it's for
will
the best.
discuss with you and Absence that she'll guide him back, but then if she'd like to either rejoin you if you want to come, or she'd like to make her way to the church to say a prayer for Cedric. So that's how you all part ways. Let's take you back to the town square where there is some shopping. You are not seen. Let's get you all in. Sorry, what was that, Jim?
I was going to say, everyone was telling me I was fucking weird for being excited for Cedric dying. But, like, every little time someone tugs on a heartstring and everyone goes, oh, I'm like, yeah, I made a good, lasting, impressionable character.
Oh, Cedric.
All of you? Yeah. 1, 2. No, it's not. Where
No,
is
I'm not there.
Hello, Milton, Mick, Darzin, Alexander.
Here he comes.
There we go.
Here it comes.
So you find yourself back in the town square. Has it moved you over?
Just waiting for it to load.
Okay.
Ooh.
So, as before, you're used to the town square. That's where the Blue Water Inn is based. There are people. It's early afternoon, about 2. People are milling around. There is this fountain in the center of the square, and you can see people drawing water from it. As when you entered, there are still some people in the stocks with these sort of paper mache donkey heads on them. A guard presence by the stocks and by the fountain. But otherwise, it's just a regular market square scene.
Is there anywhere obvious that might sell healers kits?
So you will see in this square a sign for, well, what you can see here. We'll say they're all signed. Out of all of those, potentially the Hunter's Markovitz. It looks potentially like it might sell adventuring gear, but it's a bit... How would I describe it? The shop exterior has these drawings in chalk of like wolves with X's for eyes and a bullseye with an arrow.
Oh, okay. I'll sigh and try to put myself in a positive frame of mind and go in anyway.
Yeah. As you approach, you might notice there's a garland of garlic hanging above the door, and you enter this shop. It smells like fresh wood shavings, and just inside there's a counter displaying items like wooden stakes and garlic braids. And just behind there, you can see what a door leading to what looks like a workshop. Who would greet you? I have forgotten what I called them. Markovitz. There they are. There would be a man in his late 20s stood behind the counter. Hooked nose, green eyes, pale skin. Wearing this heavy black cloak, although they're indoors and it's not really that cold. Hello, how may I help you?
Oh, hello. It's quite a lovely shop you've got. It
Well,
looks
thank
like there's a theme, I suppose. Is it? Yeah, it's a specialty, is it? Your wares.
We specialize in bows, arrows, fletching, but we're here to provide a service to anyone who seeks protection from the creatures of the night, or even better, wishes to hunt them.
Well, I don't know about that, but we do get around a bit, and we're looking to travel some more. And you know probably better than I what we're likely to find out in the wilds and on the roads. I've come here. I'm looking for a healer's kit or something of the like, but I'm happy for you to show me around and what else you've got that might help me and my friends as we travel.
A healer's kit, of course. It's absolutely necessary for what you might find out there. Of course, we have one of those, and he'll rifle under the counter and bring out a healer's kit. 5 gold, a reasonable price, I think you will find. We have all sorts of traveling gear, backpacks, bedrolls, lanterns, things like that. Things to help you hunt. We can provide you with hunting traps and fishing equipment. Or if you are particularly adventurous, we have wooden stakes, garlic braids. I don't know myself how useful they are against the devil himself, but where's the harm in being well equipped?
Okay, so what are you looking for something like that, price-wise? I mean, if you don't know the work yourself, then you can't expect anybody to pay a lot of money for them. It could be worthless.
It is still a form of protection that is rumored to work, so of course the work that goes into sourcing the wood and carving it, a wooden stake.
It's a pointy stick, man.
Well, I very much understand that, but you then can go into the woods and get your own pointy stick.
Right. And what goes into sourcing these garlics? Are they special garlic, or is it just garlic I can go to the grocers for?
His smile will falter. I do not appreciate your tone. If you are not interested in our wares, or feel you can source them yourself, please do.
Right, well, thank you. There's the gold for the healer's kit.
It's 5 gold.
Yes, there you go.
He will give you a healer's kit, and you can add that to your inventory.
Okay. I'll give somebody else a go now.
How do you have gold still?
Mick would wanna look for place that sells armor.
Armor. You can
Yeah.
see next to the Hunter's Markovitz a small forge workshop called the Cracked Anvil.
Yeah, Mick will head over and walk in, have a look around.
Yep. So a canopy covers this exposed outdoor workshop area comprising of a furnace and a workbench leading into a tired-looking building. And sort of sat in a chair leant back against the wall is a muscular, middle-aged man, slicked back, light brown hair, stubble. Kind of handsome, I suppose. Without standing up, he will say, "Hi."
Hello. So sorry to bother you. I was just looking for some studded leather armor, if that'll be possible.
Leather.
Studded leather. If you have it.
If you have the leather, I can provide the studs.
Oh, I do actually have the one I'm wearing. Would that be okay?
He'll stand up, realize how short you are, and get down on one knee to take a closer look.
I do tend to grow, so if you could just allow for a little bit of growth, maybe. Might gain a foot in height.
It won't fit as you are now if I allow for a foot of growth.
It might not fit perfectly, but will fit enough.
Let me do some costing. Cracked Anvil.
Basically, if it doesn't include any sleeves, then It will just be a bit longer now. And then when I come back, well, when I grow, then it will just fit perfectly.
For you, for your size. 15 gold to add the studs. It will take a day.
Nick will just look through her pockets, realize he doesn't have 15 gold. I'll say, yeah, that would be great. I will come back pick it up within half a day.
Good. And he'll take the leather armor off and just proffer it. He doesn't look like he's about to get to work. He takes the armor, places it on a workbench, and then goes back to sitting down.
Nick will go out and look for the others.
Oh, what's it like in there, Mick?
It doesn't look very busy, and neither does he. Also, would you happen to have any gold?
I don't have much. Do you need some?
Well, no, I can just steal it, but rather not get us in trouble.
Right, right. Well, I'm going to go and have a browse.
Yeah, but by all means.
Is he still sitting down when I go in?
Oh yeah, he's you know how that sort of traditional hick type of always chewing, but he's not actually got anything in his mouth.
Alessander, you have on the lookout for something in particular? Or?
I don't really know. What kind of stuff do you think they might have here?
Let's go and have a look, shall we? I'm not a very experienced fighter. I just need something big and heavy to hit things with, really. That's kind of what I do. And the hammer, I wasn't really very good with it, but it's one of the few things left from my old mentor, and I left it behind with them hags in the woods, and I would like to go back and get it one day, but I know we're not ready for that just yet. Anyway, I miss the feel of it, something ready to swing if I need to. I'm just going to have a look for something like that.
Yeah. No, I can understand that. No, I'm sure at some point we'll go back to Cedric. I'll return for your hammer, and it'll add another story to it. I think I want something that is useful from a distance. Maybe I think that just seems safer.
What about this?
Keep finding myself running into trouble.
I tend not to use it. I've got it, but it was more for hunting on the road. But I've got this light crossbow here. You can have it if you like, and I've got some bolts.
Oh, okay, well that could definitely do. I've only used I've only used a hand crossbow before. Is a light crossbow the same thing, or does it have any differences?
I think it does 1d6. Does a bit more damage.
Does it have to?
Still
Do I need to load it?
Yeah. Loading, ammunition, and all the rest of it. Yeah.
Does that take an action or anything?
It's done automatically between rounds, I think.
It just means you can't.
Okay.
You just can't multi-attack with it.
But rogues generally don't anyway.
No.
So I will delete it from my inventory.
I will add it to mine. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Are you having this conversation in earshot of the Cracked Anvil?
Just outside. I don't know if you can hear it or not.
Well, if you're not being quiet about it, you'll see him get up, sort of head inside, come out a moment later with a mace. And he'll twirl it in his hand as if he's an expert and approach you. You're looking for this sort of thing?
Oh, it's very perceptive of you, yes. Can I have a look at it, please? Can I try it out?
He'll hold out the handle, see for you to take it.
Okay. Does it look anything special, or is it just?
Oh, absolutely not. It is a very basic weapon, barely properly balanced, but it's functional.
Oh yes, it's all right. I can see. I'll give it a few test swings. Or it's lovely. Or what would you be looking for something like this?
5 gold.
5 gold. Bloody hell. Right. Okay. Here you go then. I'll hand it over.
A pleasure doing business.
And I really don't have much gold left at all now. I wonder if Dazin was looking for something.
He is currently chilling by the fountain.
Maybe playing a little ditty. Dazin already seems like he has everything he needs. Time being. He's pretty much just watching the lot of you go by doing your little bit of shopping, whilst probably like playing a little tune on one of his instruments.
There's a sort of teenage girl who's come to gather water from the fountain, and you'll see after she's filled her jug, she'll linger and listen to you play quietly.
He'll just kind of like give her a little nod to her as he carries on playing. Kind of disappointed he doesn't have a method of like effectively being one of those street performers that has a little pot somewhere to throw money at. Yeah, he's just quite content, quite occupied as is.
Yeah, she'll just give you a shy smile and eventually shuffle off.
I'll head over and sit by Dazin, listen to him play. Just wait till everybody else has done what they want to do.
Other shops, which you could tell from the signage and general window displays in the immediate vicinity, are a fine-looking clothing store and a grim-looking building. Looks quite dilapidated, and in the window are a few toys like wooden crossbows.
We're supposed to be getting that present for the people from the lady from, can't remember what the camp was called.
The
From the camp.
Funny camp.
Yeah. Should we wait for Irina? I'm not really. Don't really know what children like when it comes to toys.
No, it's not my strong point, I must admit. Maybe we should ask Irina. I'm sure anything would do.
Arena's at
take a
the
look?
church. I mean,
Okay, let's take a look and see.
She
If we
was
can...
going. Yes, well, we can figure something out.
I think I have an image of the toy shop somewhere. Ooh. There we go. So you head
Oh.
towards this sad-looking store. The window panes have not been cleaned in a very long time, but through the glass you can see, like I said, some displays and a hanging placard bearing the slogan, "Is no fun, is no Blinksy."
Well, now I need to go in.
So if you head inside, it's dimly lit, and you are immediately met with a display of wooden swords and shields, toy crossbows with rubber-tipped bolts, dice, playing cards. But then you turn to the surrounding shelves and notice there's a macabre twist to a lot of the traditional toys. A set of marbles that looks like a set of glass eyes, a baby rattle, which has a skull at its tip. And behind the counter at the front of the store is a middle-aged, heavy-set man. He's wearing a moth-eaten jester's cap, handing a doll to a small monkey in a pink tutu.
What?
Yeah. This took a turn, didn't it? He points at a shelf. "You put this over on that shelf and you will get a treat, okay?" And the monkey nimbly does as he's told. And the man claps his hands together. "Very good. Who is a good boy, Piccolo? Who is a good boy? Here you go." And he'll open a jar on the counter and hand feed it some pellets. Oh, hello. Welcome, friends, to the House of Blinsky, where happiness and smiles can be bought at bargain prices. Perhaps you know a little child in need of joy? A little toy for a girl or boy? And I have an image of Blinsky and Piccolo somewhere too.
Is this Strahd's Papido?
Terrified.
Gotta show you Blinsky. You've got to see what he looks like. Where is he? There he is.
Oh shit.
Oh,
I didn't know you're in Curse of Strahd, Steve.
Now.
Why is he dressed like that?
Why not?
It's fucking terrifying. Can I insight, like, can I perception check or something the monkey? Does the monkey look abused?
Insight or animal handling might be better.
Animal handling isn't very good, but then again, neither is my insight, so. 8. I've never seen a monkey before, really, so how am I gonna know?
Yeah, it's a monkey. It's doing what it's told, and it doesn't seem to have a problem with that. It enjoys its treats. This has thrown you.
I feel a little bit sick.
Dawson will end up poking his head into the shop and going, "What an unusual character in place." and I thought I was weird.
Oh, don't hide outside. Come in, take a look around.
Are there, in the shop, are there any non-terrifying dolls or like a teddy bear without sharp teeth?
No.
The closest you'd probably see is on the behind the counter are a set of 4 dolls. But I need to find the description of. One has pointy ears, curly black hair, goatee, a purple tunic. It looks weirdly familiar.
Dawson's
Another one.
Sorry, carry on.
And no, go on.
I was going to say, Dawson's going to look at that one and go, who's been making toys of me? This is very peculiar.
Another one is a bit smaller than the others. It has braided blonde hair, a smiley complexion, and wears plate armor. Another one has brown skin and wears a blue tunic, and it's bold. And another has pointy ears again, short black hair, and like angry eyebrows. They're made with like felt, so they're very caricature-ish, angry. A black tunic and a bow. Darzin, if you see this, there is something weirdly familiar about those dolls. You can't quite put your finger on it.
There's something strangely unsettling about these things.
Something strangely
about-
unsettling about the whole place.
Oh, that is true.
Is there
Oh,
anything
and,
in here suitable for a child?
The stuff at the front, the wooden crossbows and toy swords and shields, they're very basic toys that you would have seen back in your hometowns as well, so they're suitable.
How much money did the lady give us to buy a toy?
She gave you 25 gold.
Oh. Are there any price indications on anything, or are we going to have to ask him for?
You're gonna have to ask.
So, Blinsky, is it? You're the owner of the shop?
Yes, that is my name, Gadolf Blinsky. A pleasure to meet you.
Oh, right. The pleasure's all mine, and we're looking for something suitable for a little child. We've never met the child, so we don't really know what they might like. So something generic, I think, maybe. Those dolls are interesting. What sort of prices are those?
The dolls, and he sees you're looking at the ones behind him on the shelf, and he says, "Oh, I'm afraid these are a commission. These are not for sale. But we have many toys here that any little boy or girl would love to play with. If you think that she likes dolls, come here. And he will take you over to a set of wooden nesting dolls. And he'll show you. This is very clever. Look. And as he takes the head off the first one, the doll, which looks like a child on the outermost one, then looks like a woman, then looks like an old woman, then looks like a mummy on the innermost doll. You see,
If
she
there
gets
was ever
older.
a cursed object, this would be it.
Oh, that's lovely. It's quite terrifying. Yes. I'm not sure.
Or okay then, how about this? And he will show you you know those horrible porcelain dolls that follow
Oh.
you around the room with
Oh,
their
don't.
eyes. A little girl would love this. Look, you can brush her hair, style it like little girls like to do. Or maybe this little girl would like her to be a warrior, and he will like take the little doll's fists and punch at you.
Oh, easy now, fellow.
This is quite terrifying, and that's a lot considering my childhood. He's kind of mutters that as she looks around.
He'll
Well, I
turn
didn't-
the doll to you as you say that and make her look sad.
It is interesting that you say those behind the counter that have been commissioned. I didn't know you did commissions. Who's commissioned those? If you don't mind me asking.
I was about to ask the same question.
Oh, I suppose there is no harm in telling you. He has commissioned quite a few things from me, so maybe he can give me a good review. Do you know the Baron's bodyguard, Izek?
The Baron.
The Baron's bodyguard, yes, Izek Stradzny.
I don't think I do.
Ah, well, yes, he's commissioned quite a few of these from me.
He has
Are
a lot
you
of
looking for a
children, then I
commission?
suppose.
Sorry, I talked over you.
No, I talked over you. He has a lot of children, then I suppose.
No, not to my knowledge, but he pays, and it is a pleasure to try and bring to life his vision. Do you have a commission? I can try my hand at anything. I would be most glad to.
Do you know of the Vistani?
Yes, of course.
What do you think a child of those folk might like?
Aha! Yes, come with me, and he will show you to. He scurries about the shop to a little toy on the bottom shelf. It's a wooden horse and cart painted in the style that you saw the Vistani wagons in the camp. And it's one of those toys where it's just got a string on the end and a little child can pull it around behind them. But the wheels turn and the little horse's feet go up and down.
Oh, nice.
And the horse isn't like a skeletal horse or anything. It's perfectly acceptable. It's not gonna
No, but if you
give
like
the child
horses,
nightmares.
if this is a horse girl, come here, and he will bring you over to a rocking horse. And that is a nightmare-looking horse.
Oh.
It's a black horse with bright red eyes like absinthe. I think this is one of my finest pieces, and he'll sort of just poke it on the bum and it'll do a little rocking. Oh, isn't it lovely? Oh yes, a little girl would very much enjoy this.
Milton will suppress a shudder down his spine. Yes, it's beautiful. How much was the cart on the string, the horse and cart?
That is 1 silver piece.
Oh. Well, I think I'll definitely take that. I'll check with the other. I'll just shoot a glance quickly to the others, make sure they agree. Nobody disagrees strongly.
I'll nod and also be like, should we get something for Myrtle?
Oh, that's a good idea.
Could we perhaps leave about 5 gold? I can pay for my leather armor.
Well, yes, I don't
That
think
could
anything's
work.
too expensive here, is it?
Oh no, very reasonable prices, very reasonable. Did you say you wanted more? I would love to. Well, what else would you be looking for?
Do you have any teddy bears?
Yes. Bear with me one moment, and he'll go behind the counter into the room behind and come out with what you would describe as a Frankenstein teddy bear. It's made up of different coloured furs and like one of those classic beady black eyes and one button, and it's clearly lots of different teddy bears stitched together.
It's a Frankenbear! I kind of like the Frankenbear.
Oh, he likes you too, and he'll make it wave.
Oh, just have to make it creepy. How much would it be for the bear?
For the bear, that is copper pieces. Very reasonable, I know.
Milton, do you think that would be okay?
I don't see why not. Yeah. I don't know who put the 25 gold in their inventory, if anybody did. So stick it in yours, Nick, if you're going to buy some armor, and we'll knock the. If you add 25 gold and then knock whatever the toys off, and then the rest is yours,
Okay.
isn't it?
Yeah, sure.
He's a bit giddy now. He's got those two things out and left them on the counter, and he's looking around for other things that he can show you. You're not sure if he's selling them to you or just showing them off, but he'll point you over towards this music box. He'll sort of shove it in your face almost, and it's this clockwork raven sitting on top of a skull, and he'll say, look at this, and he'll wind this bar that's next to the skull, and the raven beak will open, and it will start to play this incredibly eerie tune.
Yeah, I find that quite charming.
I quite like it for absence.
Yeah.
This is one of my more complex inventions. You see the mechanism that makes the beak move and simultaneously makes the music. This one is 10 gold, but
Sorry,
you
absence.
you don't hear any music in this town. Any child would be pleased to have this.
Darzin shreds his axe.
Darzin is still mostly fixated on these dolls they had behind the counter that apparently had been commissioned, and he'd like to kind of like wave Blinsky over to be like, how much could I convince you to let one of these go for?
These are already paid for, I'm afraid. It would be dishonorable for me to then relinquish them to another buyer, but I would happily make yourself the same dolls, all four, if you like.
Darzin is going to use Mage Hand purely to show this off in particular, and he'll grab the curly-haired one in the purple tunic and pull that over, and be like, "But surely you can see a resemblance here. That's my only interest, really."
I suppose there is a little resemblance, isn't there? Yes, I can make dolls that look like all of you, if you like. Just
Oh,
5 copper
no.
apiece.
No.
And what was the name of the fellow you said had commissioned these?
Izek Stradsny.
Oh, see, my last name was Stranzi, so I was a little taken back there. I think there's maybe a letter or two swapped. And he'll put the toy that he Mage Hand to him back on the counter. He'll turn around and start walking, going, "I hate this fucking town."
Oh, that is a very clever trick. Oh, okay, bye. Did you want a doll like you? I will start making one. If you don't want it, I'm sure Izek will have it.
He's already out the store at that point.
Yeah, that's enough weird for me as well.
Do any of those dolls look familiar to me at all?
No.
or to the rest of the party. So it's just we
check.
kind of recognise.
They're
Okay.
just
Yeah. No.
very particular looking dolls. They look like two elves, a human and a dwarf. Why did that take me so long? And they just look somewhat kitted out to be adventurers, since one has a sword, one has a wand, one has a bow, but you get that with a lot of toys. You probably grew up with them. That's not particularly weird to you at all. Are you sure that is all you want? This, the wagon and the bear?
Yes, we don't know that many children, so
Oh, well, these will bring them great joy. That'll be 1 silver and 5 copper, please. And if your friend does want some dolls commissioned, please do come back. Like I said, 5 copper per doll.
thank you.
You're very welcome, and please tell your friends, tell the children where you got them from. He's no fun, he's no Blinsky. Remember that.
I mean, most of the children we meet die, so there really isn't going to be that much of a need. I'm not inside the shop.
I'll just scoop up the toys and leave.
You'll just hear him muttering to his monkey. Oh, Piccolo, we had some customers. Oh, we have done very well, but we were going to have to work very hard to think of some new things to put on the shelves. Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
Papido.
Yeah, I would like to walk as far away from the shop as possible. Very quickly.
I love Blinsky. You've been shopping. What would you like to do?
I should go collect my armor, I guess. I doubt it's ready, but
Yeah, you said a day.
okay.
Where are we going to find this kid to give this toy to?
You remember they said they were at a Vistani camp outside the town of Vallaki. That's all you have at the moment.
Okay. We could ask around to try and get a fix on which direction it might be and how far away it is.
Yeah,
And if it's only like
and
an hour
we'd
or
like to.
something.
Given Dawson's experience with the Stani, would he have a possible? I'm assuming not, because he hasn't been in this area.
Yeah, we'll say no for the purposes of giving you a chance to explore the town.
Yeah, that works.
And I'd like to drop off the Frank and Ted at the orphanage.
Oh, yeah, Myrtle, do you want to RP all of that?
Nope, because Alexander
Myrtle
doesn't
is
really know how to do this. He's just
very
gonna
happy.
hand
You
over.
only left an hour ago.
Which direction was that orphanage in? North Ward, Residential Ward, Labour District?
To be fair, you wouldn't know this information yet, but it was in the direction of the North Ward.
Okay, so on the way back from the orphanage, maybe we'll just spend a little bit more time and explore around that North Ward, if anybody fancies it.
Yeah, Mick would use her familiar to have a look around and, as per usual, the background, just to try to understand the setting and the various alleyways and sort of quick exits, places to hide if anything goes down, something like that.
So, you came into Vallaki from the east gate, and what you would have noticed about walking through that area, which is on this map as the Labour District direction, is densely packed houses, a large stockyard, lots of businesses like tanneries and tallow chandlers, just making it an undesirable place to live because of the general smell of those sorts of areas. That dissipates as you come into the town square, which is in the center of the city, and as you travel north to the orphanage and back, you'll notice the houses become much more middle to upper class, and they're being detached and much larger. Some of them are gated off. Yeah. There's not so many businesses in the north area. Just that's where you know the orphanage to be and the burgomaster's mansion to be.
These houses probably look a bit more familiar to you, Alessander. This is probably where you, somewhere similar that you grew up, maybe.
I don't think this is similar to anything I've ever seen. There's just this. Oh. And you can see him all like visibly shiver.
The houses do look like they could be centuries old. They are, a lot of them in disrepair. Quite a few abandoned.
To say the least, my mother never would have let the house get into such a state of disrepair.
No, I'm sure. I don't know what's happened to these. Anyway, I don't think there's anything for us here. Make our way back to the town square, I guess.
Perhaps we should ask if one of them's empty. Might do us a bit to maybe squat in a home of our own rather than living out of an inn for a little while.
How long are we staying?
Oh, how long are you staying?
I'm kind of following the rest of you. I don't really have my own plan.
I mean, I do seem to have maybe gotten us into a little bit of trouble with the Burgmaster, so we'll have to go see them tomorrow. We'll probably be expected to stay until the festival, and at some point during that time, we could probably make a trip out to the village to deliver the toy. I have to say, of all the places we've been, there's something about the forced joy here that creeps me out even more than the other places. So I don't particularly want to stay here that long.
In terms of timeline, you would remember that lunch with the burgomaster's wife is tomorrow, and the festival, because there are literally posters as you're in the town square being put up everywhere, is in 5 days' time. What does the posters say?
Also, a quick reminder, you met Darzen this morning.
Yes. The posters say, "Come one, come all, to the greatest celebration of the year, the festival of the blazing sun. Attendants and children required, rain or shine. All will be well, the Baron."
There's something about these festivals I don't trust. And also with those dolls, I do wonder if there's something up with that. With Alexander being taught by his tutors and the stories he would have read as a child, would he have any kind of concept of like a voodoo doll or some kind of curseable object like that?
Mick might have might be able to help with that if they're brainstorming.
history or arcana?
History.
Oh no.
And Foundry, finally, after a good 2 hours, has kicked me out again. So please tell me what you rolled.
So
Natural
I rolled a
20.
14.
Damn it.
You would know. Yeah, in stories you've read, potentially for dozen stories you've told, any item can be cursed. It can be as mundane as a table. But yes, in particular, you will have heard of people making effigies of other people to enchant them through that object or affect them in some way, not necessarily enchant. You're not sure how that would work. You're not sure exactly the kind of people that would do that, but it's something you definitely hear of in a story. It's a common sort of tale.
I just, if this guard is commissioning quite a few of these dolls, and they seem to match very particular descriptions, there's something quite strange about that I don't quite trust.
My assumption would be these are women or girls with these well, killing and fucking, hopefully in that order.
Well,
And she just looks blunt saying it.
the one that looked like me had a beard, so I don't think they're all women. And I don't know this Isaac fellow, but I'm certain I've never fucked them before.
Well, maybe it's about the desire to do so. Maybe the dolls is a way for them to achieve that.
Is it strange I'm suddenly hoping for something more sinister?
Maybe he wants to eat them.
That doesn't seem that strange, considering what we've witnessed already. I can remember when I was quite young, I had a tutor who would tell us all of these stories about children going lost in the woods, and I can remember her telling us about dolls being used to control people. So you would hurt the doll and it would hurt the person. You would move the doll and it would move the person. Gave my sister quite a fright, really. I wonder if it could be something like that.
Hopefully. Well, we could investigate it. I'm certainly
Well, I
curious.
wonder if
5 days. So
I wonder if we're to spend more time with the Burgomaster, then that might give us the opportunity to meet this Isaac. And then we can figure something out from there. It could be nothing. It could be this place getting to my head a bit.
Well, I'll let anybody know if I start experiencing spasms or sudden pain.
Sharp stabbing pains.
Yep.
Yeah.
I could
Or if
potentially spy on him. I have there's a way I could possibly gain access to their their household and spy on them for a few hours.
I might just be looking for trouble where there is none, and I'm not sure we should really go poking the bear.
Maybe it's some type of protection rather than harm. Is that possible?
Highly unlikely, I would argue.
And again, it could still be nothing.
Oh, there's something. Just a suspicion.
The way I'd
What
like
do
to
you
know
think?
why someone had a doll made that looks strikingly similar. s-
Well, I think we should be on the lookout for anybody with the likeness of those other 3 dolls as well as we travel. That might also be a piece of the puzzle.
I mean, if we're here for 5 days, might as well spend them doing something useful.
We could probably also do with making a bit of money.
Yes, that's true.
So tell me, how do people earn money these days?
That was such an Alistander statement.
Well, normally I perform. I suppose the other thing you can do is simply ask around. The innkeeper might know something. The Blue Water Inn or the Burgomaster might have work you can do.
Rather not work for the Burgomaster, but sure, there's something we can do.
Suppose
Right.
asking the Blue Water Inn might be the way to go then.
It certainly needs the money.
Well, they seem to have a bit of a wolf problem. When we arrived, we kind of sorted that out for them for free. Maybe we should charge.
So you're suggesting we become adventurers? Or
Well,
hire?
nothing quite so extravagant as that. It's just honest work.
I know where adventurers end up usually.
I mean, aren't you kind of already adventuring if you've wandered in here and you've escorted some woman from some shithole to this shithole?
Well, like I say, it's just honest work while we find our feet.
I think that
Look,
I guess the difference is we ended up here and then we've tried to do what we can to survive. If we're actively looking for trouble, then I guess we are adventurers.
well, it's just a name.
I like the wrong name.
Are you heading to the inn?
What time of day is it, roughly?
Late afternoon. You've done a bit of shopping. 4 or 5.
I'm getting a bit peckish. Does anybody else need to do anything? Or go anywhere?
The fight with that strange thing in the orphanage was quite exhausting, so I could do with a bit of a rest, I think, personally.
Yes, I know what you mean. Well, we have a few things we can do tomorrow, maybe, over the next few days. Or we have lunch with the Burgomaster's wife tomorrow. We'd like to go and see if we can find out anything about this Baron fellow. And what else? Oh, we need to deliver this toy to this girl, don't we?
You could potentially, if it's such a concern for you, you could ask the proprietor of the Blue Water about someone like Isaac Strasny.
Oh, about everything. We need to know where this Vistani camp is, and a little bit more about the Baron. And yes, I think that's a good idea. I think you should do it.
If you head into the Blue Water Inn, it's as you've seen it before. It's sort of busy. It's just before dinner, so you expect it will get busier. But yeah. So you've got the tables and chairs and the bar in front of you. Lanterns hanging above the bar, wolf heads adorning the walls. I don't know if I've described the tap room before. And at the bar currently, you see two middle-aged burly men in fur cloaks. One has 2 dead squirrels over his shoulder, and the other has a sack wet with blood dripping out the corner. They're speaking to Danica, who you know as the one of the proprietors of the inn. They say, 1 wolf, 2 squirrels, kitchen? And Danica will nod and start to count out some coins as one of them makes their way behind the bar. The one that's remaining, that's not carrying anything, pushes one of the coins back and says, for drinks. And Danica will greet you as you come up to the bar. Where's the kitchen? Oh, that way.
Oh, well, that's work we could do, isn't it? There's gold to be had there.
Right, so who is it who wants to ask about all these things, or
Well, Danica, she's been helpful so far.
yes, I guess that I meant who's asking.
Or doesn't you seem to have the gift of the gab?
I don't know what that means, but okay. And he'll flag down Danica.
It means you can probably get us a better offer for what we provided.
You flap your lips better.
But
Okay.
Yeah, she'll come over. Hello.
Hello. These lovely people have been wondering about work in the area. They also had a few questions about some fellow named Isaac Strahd. Seems to have a bit of a doll obsession.
Oh, yes, well, Isaac is pretty much the burgomaster's shadow. And in all honesty, the main muscle in this town. It is best not to get on the wrong side of him, whatever your business is with him.
Any idea why he's going around having dolls commissioned by that strange jester fellow?
Strange jester.
Blinsky.
Oh, Blinsky. Yes. I did not know anything about dolls. No. I'm afraid I cannot help you there. In terms of work, perhaps the burgomaster has some work, or people are always willing to pay for any creatures that you manage to hunt.
Looks like you'll have to be working for the burgomaster after all. Want to make some coin, or you could go hunting. They both work.
I don't want to upset those two over there. They provide most of the meat for this tavern, but I have no issue with there being extra surplus. We can turn it into jerky. It is all business to me.
The other thing they were interested in is they were hoping to visit the Vallaki camp. Vallaki? Vistani. We're in Vallaki.
We are in Vallaki. The Vistani camp, to my knowledge, I have not been there myself, is to the south of the town. So you want to take the west gate and sort of circle back around on yourself. Maybe follow the wall and then head further into the woods.
I hope you're all excited for a trip into the woods then. Nothing ever goes wrong in the Barovian woodlands.
I would caution you. I myself have no problem with the Vistani. They have done no harm to me, and occasionally we have managed to trade, but I would be quiet about your doing any business with them. When you speak of them in this town, most people are suspicious of the Vistani. They are not permitted into Vallaki.
He'll like make a joking expression at the idea that he's managed to get into town, half looking like one.
Yeah. There is, I suppose, an element of the Vistani about you, but she'll point to your ears. This is how to tell you apart.
Touche.
I have a question for you, if I may. I do not want to seem rude. I have a lot of sympathy for your unwanted arrival in our fair lands, but I was wondering how long you were staying, and indeed if you were going to be able to pay for your room and board going forward.
You don't like the performances anymore.
Not just you, your entire company, if you are such. I apologize if I've been presumptuous.
Paid
I
for the first night.
I'm mainly referring. He is not amongst you now, but to your red friend who came in and had a lot of wine and food, and you all seemed a bit. Well, understandably so. She gets a bit awkward. I just am trying to run my business. I am sorry. I
How
want to be helpful, but
how much
there's
is
only...
it? How much is it for the room? Sorry.
It is a silver for room and board each night.
Is that per person or altogether?
If you're willing to share one room, altogether.
We'll say 2-3 rooms, and I'll pay for that for everyone. They're a hopeful lot, so we'll let them off for that. But we're expecting to be here until the festival, apparently, I think.
Ah, what fun.
Yeah.
We will have experiencing one of our festivals. Very good. And I hope you understand that it's a reduced rate because I expect you to perform.
No, that's easily done.
Not at the festival, I mean, just here in the evenings, just a couple of songs, if that is okay with you.
Why not both?
Well then please, I'm sure our great revered burgomaster will be very glad to hear that you would like to perform at his festival.
I will remove 15 silver on the premises. 3 rooms for 5 nights.
Oh, up front. Well, it's very kind of you, thank you. Then I suppose I should be getting you some wine and food?
Yeah, that sounds like a good way to continue the day.
She will go off and busy herself. Oh, sorry, did you have
Is
any
there
more?
any sign of? Has Irina returned at all?
The girl with the red hair. No, not yet.
Okay. And generally, how long has it been since we last saw her?
Couple of hours.
Okay. So absence. I'll go up, check on absence. Don't want to disturb him. Just want to make sure is generally okay.
Yeah, you can head upstairs. I'm not gonna faff about with trying to get you upstairs just to check on absence. And you will find an empty room with a note on the bed that says, I need to be on my own for a while. I'll find you again soon. A.
Alexander will sit on the edge of the bed and we've had a couple difficult days. He's gonna have a little cry.
Taste of your own
Gonna feel a
fucking
bit
medicine.
abandoned. Screw you. Yeah, he'll have a little bit of a cry and then gather himself, and then head downstairs and tell the others.
I knew we shouldn't have left him on his own.
I think he would have found a way to be on his own anyway, if this is any indication.
Well, he can look after himself.
You have to stay on your toes here. This place wears you down after all. Sorry to hear it might have gotten to your friend a little sooner than anticipated.
He'll be okay, won't he, Milton?
Yeah, he'll be okay. He's been through a lot. I know we all have, but I think maybe absence more than most. And Irina, every time we leave someone alone for a few hours, they disappear. Maybe we should go and check on her, make sure she hasn't left a note for us somewhere as well.
Yeah, thinking the same thing. How I'm not a religious person, but how long does one normally spend at a church?
It depends what you want to do. If she was only said she was only going to say a few prayers, not that long, not that long. That's why I'm worried.
I've never been to a
Okay.
church, I wouldn't know.
Maybe you'd like it.
I've only been.
I think I'm good.
Yeah, I think I've only been to one, maybe as a child, but one as an adult, and that very much did not end well.
Well, not all churches are the same. There's lots of gods and deities, and some gods don't demand specific places of worship at all. There's no churches for those. It just depends. So I don't know which church she said she was going to.
Well, there can't be too many here, surely.
I would assume the nearest.
Most likely.
Maybe we get something to eat quickly and then shoot off to the nearest church and hope we can find her.
Yeah. And we'll ask Danica for directions whilst when she brings over food.
Yeah, she will say that there's only one church in town, St. Andrew's Church, which is to the west of the city. If you follow the main path, you'll see it along your way. It's built like a church, so it stands out amongst the residential housing.
Can I take a short rest?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Not going to get any benefit from a short rest. So Dawson will spend that time playing in the corner for a little bit. And occasionally fussing Crowfoot between songs.
Danica will Oh, let's make Danica roll an animal handling check. Because she's very taken with Crowford. I think Crowford wouldn't mind her giving him a bit of fuss. Every now and again you'll see she drops some like dried berries on the counter for him.
You'll make a friend for life if you keep that up. Not really here for competition in that form.
In terms of reactions, the two hunters that you saw came in aren't particularly bothered by you playing. What you'll recognise as Danica's two little boys. Absolutely love it. There are these two very drunk young men in the corner who don't heckle because you. Well, do you do a performance check?
I expect performance into being pretty high, so hopefully it's alright.
Yeah, it's all right. They don't heckle so much as they clap at the wrong points and laugh at lyrics which aren't at all funny. But they are obviously enjoying your presence. Inversely, this gentleman in the corner claps at all the correct times, and you can see he's engaged with what you're doing and listening respectfully, and seems to admire your performance. I'm not going to make Irina come in. You can go to the church if you want. Why not?
Let's go to the church.
Thank you, I'm here all week. Fortunately.
Try the fish.
On his way out, the gentleman in the corner this one here, will toss you a silver piece.
Perfect. We're 1/15 of the way to paying for our rooms.
I think that should have been per person. That is actually very cheap, but you as long as you keep performing. I put you in this scene.
Well, it appears to be loading, so hopefully.
Lovely spooky church chanting.
It's beautiful.
I feel like we're walking into some cursed into Zelda Temple.
Not everything is cursed.
Welcome to the Temple of Time.
So you'll walk through the west side of town, which is the side of town you haven't explored yet. This area is not as crowded as the east side. The houses not quite as dilapidated as the homes on the east side, but nowhere near as grandiose as those on the north. It just seems like a middle class area. Eventually you will identify the Church of St. Andrew along the way. Where is my description of St. Andrew?
I do not have a token with you.
Same.
In there. Is that just because I put Crowford in?
Just put Crowford in.
Why can't you see?
Maybe just delete the tokens and drag them in again.
Yeah, I can't see anybody's token.
Delete.
Ah, yep. That worked for me, at least. There we go.
I'm in.
Yeah. So you'll come up to this, again, like a lot of the other buildings you've seen, centuries old stone church, cracked stained glass windows depicting images of humans that you don't necessarily recognize, but there is some repetitive imagery if you want to make a religion check, any of you, to work out if just from the outside you can work out who this is a church to. There's a fence of wrought iron enclosing a graveyard beside the church, and of course a thin mist creeping along the graves, because that's the world that we live in. Yeah, you'd both recognize the sun imagery. It's not just really keen marketing for the Festival of the Blazing Sun. This is clearly a church to a Monitor or Lathander.
Interesting how they keep building temples to a deity who doesn't really fit the environment.
Well, that kind of makes sense. And in a place like this, who would you appeal to most for help in shining their light?
Touché.
Milton will fish out Cedric's pin and just stick it to his shoulder or lapel area. Give it a little buff and a polish, and slowly and quietly try and open the door in case there's anything religious going on inside. Tries not to disturb anything.
I know what you mean, but just anything religious going on inside a church.
Yeah. What are the chances? It's unlikely, isn't it?
Yeah, when you enter, you can see there isn't a service taking place. This long carpet leads to an altar where there isn't a noticeable priest behind it, but there is a little altar boy in a blue robe. Again, you would probably recognize this as traditional Lathanderian robes, blue with this gold. What's the word? Thread. And then there are members of the town sat in the pews having individual moments of prayer, and you'd see at the front, on the front pew, Irina deep in conversation with another man in a blue tunic.
I'll just try and move to position so Irina would see me, but not invade on a conversation. Just try and catch her attention.
Upon seeing you, she'll wave you over.
Okay, I can't actually see it on the map, so.
Oh,
Unless you've changed the token.
is she not? Do I need to bring her in again?
Yeah,
That's
probably.
Weird. Oh, and you've surrounded a priest, and this isn't weird at all.
An invisible priest.
Oh, for goodness, are there no tokens?
There's some. Like
The townsfolk are there.
Going on?
Yesic up the top right there.
My little altar boy.
Oh, he's gonna die probably.
Irina will wave you over and say, "Oh, hello, my friends. Did you get everything you needed in town?"
Oh yes, thank you. Did you need anything? We forgot to ask.
Oh, no, I'm sure if I need anything, I can ask the Burgomaster, and she'll give you a knowing she'll give you Alessander a knowing look. Please, may I introduce you to Father Lucian. I've been having some very useful conversations. Father Lucian, these are my friends that I was telling you about. And you will see a man who looks to be in his 50s, older, but not quite old. He carries himself quite tall, grey beard, crinkles at the corner of his mouth and eyes. And he will say, good evening, it is a honor to welcome you to our town. Irina has been telling me all about you and your exploits getting here. It sounds like you have already done some good work for the people of Barovia. And it is 10 o'clock, so I will leave it there.
Nice job. Good game, good game.
You've got all your threads. Pick which ones to follow.
Gotta wait 2 weeks now.
Yay.
What is Matt's note saying that he's not playing for like 3 months or something?
I wonder if he'll just he'll cut his introspection a bit short. Or
You never
see.
know. Yeah, sorry guys, I got all emo. I'm all right now. I've had to sit down. I'll join you again. Just been a couple of hours.
Time to time. I'm just...
What if he's been kidnapped?
Dun, dun, dun.
What if it was a plant?
What if he went back to the
Decoy.
what if he went back to the windmill on his own?
Oh, god damn it.
Oh god.
He could
I
have.
love DMing because no one else knows what's going on, but I do.
I know, that's what I like.
Oh, speak of the devil.
There he is.
Hello.
Hey up, brother.
You abandoned us!
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you bugger.
How did it go?
We tried our best to kill you, but you're hanging on in there.
Okay, I'm not dead then. Okay.
And we murdered all of the children in the orphanage. All of them.
We had to. They were possessed.
Don't know whether to believe you or not.
All lies.
Righto. Would you like to say anything before I properly turn the stream off?
Oh crap. Yeah.
We didn't actually kill any children. Just so Twitch doesn't close us down. No children were harmed in the making of this.
What, even imaginary children?
Yeah.
Traumatized is different.
Okay.
Yeah. Scarred for life.
We
Yeah,
traumatized
sure.
some imaginary children.
Well, collateral damage and all that.
So, I suppose the next time we'll be streaming is next Sunday for Out of the Abyss, maybe?
Uta.
Yay!
Back
Well-
to Uta.
We'll get to see if our 2 Drow party members survive.
I'd say less
They don't.
depressing, but we'll see.
And then hopefully Icewind Dale the following Monday,
Huzzah!
27th.
The big confrontation.
Well,
Chasing the dragon.
Yeah.
Hopefully, dragon, but we'll see.
Would anybody like to say goodbye as I turn the stream off?
Hello and goodbye.
Bye.